So I went to the place where Leonardo was born. I went to the place where he died. I literally walked in his footsteps. I read his notebooks over and over again. I interviewed many of the world's leading scholars. I meditated in front of his works in the great museums of the world. I started dreaming about him. And from those dreams, 7 principles emerged. First principle, Curiosita. Curiosity. Leonardo da Vinci was probably the most curious person who ever lived. What was he curious about? Everything. He wanted to know truth, he wanted to know beauty, he wanted to know goodness. His Curiosita took him up into the sky. You know about his plans for a flying machine, the glider, the helicopter? Maybe his most amazing invention of all, the parachute. Leonardo da Vinci invented the parachute before anyone could fly. That's thinking ahead. Right? Now, what can we all do to enliven and enrich our curiosità, to have that personal renaissance? There's some practical things we can all do. So one of the very simplest practical things you can do to deepen your own connection with your creativity is to do what Leonardo himself recommends to his students. Have a little notebook and carry it with you wherever you go. And when you have a wacky, crazy, off-the-wall idea, write it down in your notebook. There's an image of Leonardo's notebooks. Leonardo's criticized because he has lots of different topics on one sheet of paper. Now, some people say it's because there was a shortage of paper and he had to write a lot, but it's also because his mind was completely free to move from one subject to another and make connections that no one had ever made before. Here are my notes for this talk. This is a mind map. What's my image in the center? It's a parachute with the Vitruvian person underneath. Curiosità, keep a notebook. Dimostrazione, learn from experience. Sensazione, sharpen your senses. Sfumato, open up your intuition. Arte scienza, balance logic and imagination. Corporalità, balance the body and mind. Connessione, be a systems thinker. Look for relationships and connections. I first learned to juggle many years ago. I saw someone do it. It looked to me like moving sculpture. I went to this great juggler and asked him to teach me. But it turns out he was not as good a teacher as he was a juggler, because you know what he told me? He said, take these 3 balls, throw them up, don't let any of them drop. Did you ever get instruction like that in the course of your career? You know, what my clients, they always say to their people, just innovate, just don't make any mistakes and don't cost the business anything by trying. Anyway, at first I struggled, but then I realized if I could have curiosità, be more like a child. Dimostrazione was clear. I had to figure it out for myself. I couldn't count on that teacher. Sensazione, pay attention to the rhythm and the color. Sfumato, learning anything is a journey into the unknown. Arte scienza, corporalità, we're all about balance. And connessione is where the enlightenment comes. If you contemplate this pattern, what is it? It's infinity. The art critic Bernard Berenson said of Leonardo da Vinci that everything he touched turned to eternal beauty. My wish for you is to bring these 7 principles to your life every day to make it more beautiful. Grazie mille. Thank you. Thank you.